So we'll start. So come on your yoga mat and come in a cross-legged position tonight. Oh, I forgot to mute you. We need to mute some people there. There we go. So, sit in a cross-legged position, and you're welcome to sit up on something, like if you want to sit on a blanket or a block or a cushion, go ahead and make sure you're comfortable. Do any cross-legged version that you're most relaxed in. And then try to elongate the spine from the pelvis. Relax the breathing. Just allowing the breath to be very natural. Start to bring yourself inward so you notice your body from the inside out. See if you can feel the inner vibration of the body. And notice if with the breathing you're able to make that vibration a little more calm, a little bit slower. Relaxing the jaw. Relaxing over the nose and the cheeks. The muscles of the face feel soft. Relaxing around the eyes, the eyelids, and behind the eyes. Feel like you're smiling from behind the face. Bring your hands on the heart center, like palms on your heart center. Notice the movement of the chest with the inhales and the exhales. Bring your awareness to this area. See if you can bring inside to yourself self-worth, self-love, self-compassion. Just imagine those qualities inside your heart. Maybe you can recognize that this inner self, this inner heart, authentic, and it's love. And this is all part of you. And then see if you can emanate that outwards. So into the rest of your body. Recognizing that you deserve to be loved, you deserve to take care of your body. And then bring the hands in prayer. And we'll chant one Om to begin. And then opening the eyes, place the hands on the knees, and then separate the arms out to the sides. And you're going to turn your torso towards the right, keeping the arms level with the shoulders. See if you can turn a little bit deeper and notice that you have to use the muscles around the torso to go a little bit further. You can find a point to gaze at, or just close the eyes as you like. And then coming back to center and turning yourself towards the left. And noticing that if you want to go a little deeper, you have to use the core muscles all around the torso. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. And come back to center. Turn the palms upwards. Inhale, raise the arms up. Interlace the thumbs. And then reach the baby fingers all the way up to the ceiling. Allowing the shoulder blades to lift way up towards the ears. You could either find a gazing point or close the eyes. And then again, turning towards your right knee. Inhale, see if you can get a little bit longer. Exhale, twisting a little bit deeper. And coming back to center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twisting towards the left. Try to twist a little bit deeper. See if you can keep the weight even in the two sitting bones. And then separate the thumbs. Let the right fingertips come down on the floor beside you. And then start to bend the right elbow and lean a little bit towards the right. Lengthening out the whole left side of the body. See if you can keep that left sitting bone grounded. And then breathe freely. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, left arm down, bending at the elbow and reaching over the right side. Again, see if you can keep that right sitting bone grounded, feeling a nice lengthening sensation across the right side. And then inhale, come up, switching sides. Exhale to bend. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bending the opposite side. So we start to move with our breathing. Inhale to raise up. Exhale to fold over. Inhaling. Exhaling. And you can go with your own breathing rhythm, allowing the breath to move the body. And don't worry about if something is right or wrong, just allowing the body to enjoy the free breathing and free movement. And coming back to center, interlace the thumbs but the opposite direction, so the opposite crossing, and then reaching up again. Really get a little bit longer and then start to tilt forward and put the hands onto the floor in front of you. Push into the hands to get the sitting bones to feel like they're reaching a bit towards the floor, even if they're not 100% grounded. Keep the back of the neck long. And then walking the hands towards the right, like you're coming towards your right knee, elongating the whole left side of the body. Walking the hands back to the center, and then coming over towards the left. Pushing the hands, feel like your sitting bones are slightly grounded, keeping the chest lifted as you're folding. And coming back to center, see if you can walk the hands a little bit further forward, and then walking them towards the right again. Coming back to center, and walking the hands towards the left. And right back to center, and coming all the way back up to sitting. Place the hands on the legs in a way that the arms can completely release. And then you're going to inhale, lift the shoulders up towards the ears, roll them back, pull them all the way away from the ears, and then roll them forward, squeezing the chest. Inhale, reach the shoulders to the ears. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then push the shoulders down to the floor. And then squeeze them together at the front. Inhale, up, and just going through this movement, but more fluidly. So not holding any position, and not even necessarily going to your max. Just feeling the free movement of the shoulders and the shoulder blades, and then switching directions, going forward. And then just release, and you're going to come with the hands forward and come up onto the hands and the knees. So bring the wrists under the shoulders, walk the knees a little bit further back, tuck the toes under, and inhale, open the chest, drop the belly. Exhale, pull the spine up as you bring the sitting bones to the heels. Inhale, open the chest like you're doing some sort of mini upward dog. Exhale, pulling back for a puppy pose. Try to feel the spine moving. Inhale with the breathing. Exhaling. Moving at your own breathing rhythm, so inhaling and exhaling. Letting the breath move you fluidly. There's no right or wrong. Just make sure it feels good. couple more. And then coming back to neutral. I'm going to slide the right arm under the left arm, bringing the shoulder and the ear to the floor. If that's not possible or feels really uncomfortable, you can take your blanket or your bolster and place it under something like that. Reach the left arm up and reaching around and seeing if you can reach towards your opposite thigh. And then try to relax here. Release the left hand, press it into the floor, coming up and switching sides. Left arm under the right arm. And just do whatever you need to do with any kind of props to make sure it's comfortable. If you don't need a prop, then it's a little more easy to feel comfortable. And put the right hand to the floor, push into the hand, coming back up onto the hands and the knees. And then you're going to straighten out your right leg, pressing the right heel away, pulling the right thigh up like it's reaching towards the navel, just awakening that right leg. And then lower that knee and pick up the other one. Pressing the knee away, awakening up that whole leg. Feel the lower abdominals pulling in. And release the knees, separate the feet, walk your hands towards you, pick up the knees, and see if you can come into some kind of squatting position. So if you need to, you can keep the heels off the floor and the hands forward, or if it feels more comfortable, you can put the heels down and place the hands in prayer. And then soften the buttocks, let the pelvis feel heavy so that you get some length in the buttocks, length in the lower back, and then lift the sternum up. Keeping the neck long, you can close the eyes or find a steady gazing point and listen to your breathing. And from here, put the hands down to the floor, start to lift the sitting bones up and interlace the hold on to the elbows and let the elbows and the arms drop towards the floor, allowing the head to feel heavy so that the weight of the head is tracking the spine, making space between the vertebrae. If it feels comfortable for you, you can bring your arms behind you, interlace the fingers, and let the hands fall towards the floor. Inhale, lift, lengthen one side of the body, releasing. Inhale, lift, and lengthen the other side of the body. Exhale to release. Quiet, Misty. Just working back and forth, and if it's feeling all right, you can even work with the legs. So straightening one knee, lift, lower, straighten the other, and again working with your breath. Inhale to lift, exhale to the center. Inhale to lift, exhale to the center. And coming back to the center, seeing if the legs want to straighten or if it feels better with the knees bent. Release the hands, put the tops of the hands to the floor, bend at the knees, and roll up one vertebrae at a time to come up to a standing pose. So we'll do some gentle sun salutations. Ashtanga, I don't know, I find this kind of class really amazing because we're so used to being, you know, very aligned. So this is somehow freeing on some level. So inhale, reach the arms up, keep looking forward. And then exhale, bend the knees, relax the head down. Inhale, slide the hands halfway up the legs, open the chest, belly is in. Exhale, put the hands to the floor, step one foot back, other foot back, and knees, pelvis, chest to the floor. Turn the toes, inhale, roll open the shoulders, lifting the chest. Exhale, turn the toes, and coming to puppy pose. So this is a little bit dynamic. You're pressing the hands into the floor. The arms are not touching the floor. The forehead is not touching the floor. And then you're reaching your sitting bones towards the heels. So you really feel this elongation through the entire back body. And the belly tucks in. And then lift the sitting bones, lift the knees, step one foot forward, other foot forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees and roll forward. Inhale, lead with the chest, come all the way up. Exhale, the arms down. And again, inhale to raise the arms. Exhale, folding over, bending the knees. Inhale, slide the hands up, long back. Exhale, hands down, step the opposite foot back. And the second one, and knees, pelvis, chest. Keep the elbows close to the body. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, puppy pose. And then press all the pads of the hands firm into the floor. And if you take a look at your wrists, you want to see that the inner wrist and the outer wrist are the same distance from the floor. Okay, the tendency is that the inner wrist is lifting and the outer wrist is dropping. We want to try to counter that. And then breathing. And pick up the sitting bones, lift the knees, stepping forward. Inhale, long back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lead with the chest, all the way up. Exhale, arms to the sides. One more. Inhale, light arms. Exhale, no stress as you fold. Inhale, feel an open heart. Exhale, stepping back. Lean forward, knees, pelvis, chest to the floor. Inhale, roll open. Exhale, puppy. Breathing freely. Lift the sitting bones, lift the knees, and stepping forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, roll forward. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, arms to the sides. And bend the knees, step the right foot back, turn the left toes in, and point the right foot out towards the back of your mats. Open the arms up, turn the palms so that they're facing up. Notice that it helps let the shoulders come down away from the ears. And then you're going to exhale, start to slide over your right side. And you can place your hand down somewhere. If you want, you can put it on, if you've got a sofa beside you, you could use something like that. But wherever you're putting the hand, just make sure you're not putting weight into that front knee. So you resist the knee up. Gazing up towards your left hand. And inhale, come up. Palms facing the ceiling. So it's an easy Trikonasana. And then exhale over the left side. Just make sure you're not putting all your weight in that front knee. So you're leg resists the weight of that leg, of that arm. Gazing to the upper thumb. Inhale, come back up. Bring the feet parallel and then wiggle them a little bit further apart. Turn the palms up and then point out your right foot, bend your right knee and extend over the right side. Bring the arm on the top of the thigh, left arm over the ear. And breathing here, see that the skin of the neck is reaching away from the ears. Sternum, the heart opening, so the sternum is reaching up towards that upper hand. And pressing into the feet, turning the feet to the opposite side, palms up. Bend that front knee, exhale, extending over the left side, right arm over the ear. See if you can keep space between your thigh and your ribs here so that you're not sinking into that left shoulder. Enjoy the sensation of the legs having to engage. And then inhale, come back up, bring the feet parallel again. Open the arms, turn the thumbs so that they're pointing downwards, and then bend at the elbows and either holding the elbows like this, or if you can, you put your hands in reverse prayer. Okay, but only do that if it really feels like super comfortable. Okay, so this is all about self-nourishing, taking care of yourself. Inhale and exhale, folding forward. You're welcome to bend the knees, relax the head. Press the feet, inhale, come all the way back up. Open the arms to the sides. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back, relax the shoulders, open the chest. Exhale, folding forward, allowing the arms to fall over the head. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck, relax the face. Inhale, come all the way back up, and then turn your heels inwards. Bring the hands on the upper inner thighs, slide them open so your knees and your toes are pointing the exact same direction. And then kind of put your weight into the thighs close to the knees. So I'm pushing in with my hands, and then from there, trying to open the chest. And straightening the knees and just wiggling the feet together. So they're both together now. Okay, so we'll do a one-legged balance pose. So first we'll do the eagle. So first lengthen through the spine, soften the knees, both knees, and then bring your right leg over your left leg. And so you can see if you can tuck the toes behind. If that doesn't happen, it doesn't matter. You just squeeze the inner thighs towards one another. And then bring the left arm in front of you, reach the right arm over, intertwining those arms, reaching the fingertips and the elbows up towards the ceiling, squeezing hard the upper inner thighs. And then releasing with some elegance. And then softening the knees, opposite side. So bring the left leg over, squeezing the upper inner thighs. And if you can, you tuck the toe. And then bring the right arm in front, left arm over, reaching the elbows up towards the ceiling, reaching the fingertips up and away. And then releasing. Coming back to the front of the mats. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, folding over the legs. Bend the knees. Inhale, lift through the chest. floor. Inhale, curl open the upper back. Exhale, down to puppy pose. And then walk your hands towards you, lifting the knees and coming back into a squatting position. Holding here for a moment. Once again, see if you can release around the hip joints, relax the buttocks, open the chest, and then come to sit. Okay, so let's straighten out the legs in front of us. I'll go at an angle so you can see me better. And then bring the hands under the thighs, and then pick up the thighs like this. Okay? You're going to use your hands to push the skin of the thigh, behind the thighs, up towards the sitting bones. And then pull, and then bring your chest close to the legs. So you can keep the knees very bent. Don't worry if the legs are not straight, but you want to keep the back straight. Okay? And you want to keep this connection. Then bring the hands behind the Achilles tendons, and same thing. Use your hands to pull this up, and then as you pull, you're going to let the chest lift. So you're pulling in this direction towards the knees. And then from there, see if you can push the centers of the heels away and maybe come a little bit deeper into the forward bend. You can place the forearms or the hands down to the floor, and you could stay here. And then coming back up, bending the knees, putting the soles of the feet on the floor, slide your fingertips back behind you, press into the hands, press into the feet, and inhale, lift up the hips, keep looking down your body. And lowering back down, stretch out the legs, keeping the hands behind you, and just shake out the legs. And for those of you who have a bolster, you use a bolster. If you have some cushions, you can get a couple of cushions. Keep the feet a little bit apart, so like about this distance. And then place the bolster close to you. Okay, so you don't want to have this big space between you and the bolster. And same if you've got a few cushions or blankets, you bring everything close to you. And you could also build this up with blocks or books or more cushions. So something like that. And then relax the legs. You can use your hands to make sure that they're relaxed and they're not doing the, if you're doing, I think most of you are doing Ashtanga, so we tend to get back into that pattern really easily. And then see if you can release forward. Keeping the legs straight if possible, but allowing the toes to hang out to the sides if that's more comfortable for you. Let's see if anybody needs some. A lot of you look like you've got some good props there, so if that's working. Oh, Celine, that's a good idea. You can do what Celine's doing with the orange bolster, just putting your forehead on the bolster. That's excellent. Celine Baraday, if you, there's so many pictures there, so. Anyways, basically find what's comfy, whatever's comfy for you. And then just try to release. So this is a version of a restorative yoga pose, and the concept of restorative yoga is to build up the floor towards you so that you're able to release into the poses. So it's not necessary to feel like big stretches. Actually, real Judith Lassiter restorative yoga, you're not supposed to feel a stretch. But personally, I think it can be personal. If you want to feel some light lengthening, then I think anyways, it's personal. You do what you want to do. And then when you're ready, pushing into the hands, coming up, removing the props, lean back, shake out the legs, bending at the knees. So I'd like to do this pose that's interesting for the upper back and the shoulders. So you need something, if you don't have a bolster, something tubular. You know, even sometimes before we had bolsters, I used to use a yoga mat to do this. It's not as intense, but it can work. So if you happen to have a second yoga mat, or just put some blankets here or something that's lengthwise along your yoga mat. I mean, crossing the length of your yoga mat. So, and then you need a block. How many of you, is there anybody who has nothing, like no props? Go like this if you have nothing, no props at all. Ooh, Emily. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, perfect. Did you tape it, Emily? Or is it like elastic band or something? Oh yeah, awesome. That's the best prop. It's going to be even harder than what I'm going to show you, but it'll work well. Okay, so this is really nice for opening the shoulder blades, opening the chest by pushing into the shoulder blades. So you want to lie over something, so even if it's just a long length of blankets or a rolled up yoga mat, you want to lie over it. Like for instance, if I have this, where it's touching my shoulder blades. So like this. Okay, so it would be right under the armpits. And you could do, especially if some of you feel like you have more of this kyphotic, bigger kyphotic curve, then it's wiser to use something small and not something so intense like this. So, I don't know if any of you have that. Then bring the legs out, so I'll show you. So I wanted my shoulder blades to be on the bolster. And then I slide a little bit back. If you have a book or a second block, then you put this under the head, like this. And then you take your block or book, and so if you have nothing, you're going to just bring your hands like this, which will work well too. So you press into your block, and then you reach the baby finger side of the arms well away from you, and slowly reach over the head. And all the while, you're still letting the baby finger side of the arms reach away. And so you're just going to go where it feels comfortable, and you don't crash. You don't touch the bottom, you don't touch the floor. So if you could go all the way to the floor, you pull a little bit away from the floor. And then really reach that baby side of the fingers away and squeeze the block together. And then you can hold it there for a few breaths until it feels like, ooh, that's a bit too much. Then you lift all the way back up. And you can do this a couple times. I'm going to see what's going on in the video, if anybody needs help. Should probably be away from a wall if you're close to a wall. Okay, but really make sure that the baby finger side of the hands is reaching away and that that is pushing hard onto the block so you don't injure your shoulders. And if you have nothing, that's no big deal. You can still get the same actions by trying to straighten the elbows and going slow, because you'll have the weight of the arms. And if anybody's neck is hurting, please come up, because I can't really see exactly what you're all doing there. So just basically you have to trust in yourself. If something feels wrong, it means it is wrong. Okay, so try a couple times. When you start to feel tired of that, then you bring your arms alongside the body. Some of you are still going for it. You can get some strong triceps there. Okay, so when you're finished, you can bring your arms, your hands onto your heart center and leave your arms on your bolster or your blanket, and then let the toes fall out to the sides. So relaxing the legs, and then see if you can relax the neck, the throat, the facial muscles, the arms, the hands. And bring yourself back to your heart center. Breathing into the chest. Back to the talk we had at the beginning of bringing love into the heart, compassion, kindness, all into your own heart and for your own self. Recognizing that you have the right to be seen. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to feel happy. You deserve to be healthy. And then bring the hands behind the head, interlacing the fingers, and you use your hands to tuck your chin in, and then come all the way up to a sitting pose. And then if you can, you're going to come up onto your knees. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can change the leg position. We're going to do some other work for the shoulders. So you're going to reach your right arm up towards the ceiling, reaching the baby side of the hand all the way up. And think this baby finger is connected to the tip of the shoulder blade. Okay, so as the baby finger lifts up, the tip of the shoulder blade has to move with it. Okay, then you're going to bring your opposite hand on your upper arm, and you're going to keep the skin of that arm rotated forward, and then bend the upper elbow. Okay, so your skin of the upper arm You're going to keep that, slide the hand down so it's on the shoulder blade, and then pull the shoulder blade forward and up, like at an arc, this direction. And notice that the arm comes back, and then don't let the elbow come behind the head. If you're flexible, it's nothing like this, and don't let the elbow turn out. So if you're on the tighter side, this is what will happen. Okay, tight people, it'll be the elbow sliding out like this. Hyperflexible people are going to have the elbow behind the head. So you don't want either of those. The elbow is pointing straight forward. Okay, so you're going to hold that, but then take your other hand behind you, turn the thumb, so the thumb is pointing down, like this, and then bend your elbow and see if you can get your other fingertips. Okay, if that's not possible, you could use a little cloth or something else in your hand, like that. Okay, and so once you have whatever you're holding, see if again you can wrap the upper outer arm forward. And then reach the elbow back. And as you do so, the chest is opening. So it feels like you're getting a little bit of a back bend, but firm in the belly so it's not crunching in the lower back. Hope that makes sense. You guys look pretty good. Okay, and then release. Now let's try the other side. Okay, so you're stretching your left arm forward, lifting it up, but lifting from baby finger side and recognizing that that has a connection with the tip of the shoulder blade. So as that lifts, the tip of the shoulder blade lifts too. Then bring your hand, opposite hand, wrap the outer arm skin forward. Okay, maintaining that, bring the hand down and pull the shoulder blade forward and up. Bend at the elbow and notice that the elbow stays straight forward. Okay, so then after, if you got that, bring your right arm out, turn the thumb downwards, bend at the elbow, and if you can't reach, you can use a little towel, but don't distort the arms. Don't do whatever you need to do. Okay, because this works on the tight muscles around the shoulder. If you distort it, then you miss that great opportunity to stretch any of those little muscles that might be tight. Okay, so then feel the shoulder blades lifting up through the front body, reaching the elbow back, feeling a little back bend, but protecting it by firming in the belly. And then release. Come forward onto the hands and the knees. And stretch out the right knee. Release it. Stretch out the left knee. And let's switch. Stretch out the right knee. Stretch out the left. And place both knees down and come back to sit on the knees. This time you're going to bring your right arm in front of you, bring the left arm over, intertwining the forearms, reach the elbows up and push the hands away. So you feel this nice stretching on the upper back. Close the eyes and then bring your awareness to what's happening in the shoulders or the neck. So allow the shoulders and the neck to relax, even though you're lifting up the elbows. And then pull in the belly, and then bring the elbows to the navel, so to the belly button, and just relax the head down. So don't go way down. Try to stay up a little bit and let the head come down so you feel the lengthening really isolating onto the upper back. Pull in the navel to protect the lower back. And release on the jaw and the facial muscles. And then pull in the lower belly, navel, so you're kind of rocking back a little bit, and bring the elbows to the navel, and then drop the head, drop the hands, lengthening the upper back. And lifting up, releasing the arms, coming back onto the hands and knees. And let's do a few of the twirling of the spine. So we're kind of leaning forward, changing the weight, and doing basically anything that feels really good on the spine. Arching, dropping, side bending, just rotating the weight from one hand to one knee to the other knee to the other hand. Keep going all the way around. Letting the belly even drop towards the floor, not having to squeeze in the belly muscles. And then change the rotation. You can bend at the elbows. Just make it up. Do whatever feels good. And then bringing your bolster in front of you, separating the knees, and coming into a child's pose here. Supported child's pose. Lift the face, turn the face to the opposite side. And then slowly pressing into the floor, coming back up, removing your bolster, coming to sit on one side of the heels, releasing the knees, and I think you should get something to sit on, so even if you're comfortable sitting directly on the floor, for this I think it's better if you're sitting on something. If you need to put on your sweater or your socks back on, you can go ahead and do that now. feel ready, finding the comfortable sitting pose, lifting the spine up and away from the pelvis. First, noticing the sitting bones, noticing the weight distribution between the two sitting bones. And see if you can bring the weight so it's even. And notice if maybe you're a little bit more tilted forward or a little tilted back. And then see if you can find that neutral place in between so that your pelvis is in a neutral pose so you have a tiny natural arch in the lumbar spine. Once you find that, allow the pelvis to feel heavy. Allow the legs to feel heavy. So they are your foundation, grounded with the floor. And then feel like your chest is lifting up a little bit higher, the whole thoracic area, so the back chest as well. Just enough that you feel like you're sitting long and tall. And then bringing the head so that it's aligned over the torso in a way that the neck doesn't have to work so hard. The shoulders don't have to work so hard. Relaxing the jaw. Relaxing the shoulders and the arms. And then relaxing the roof of the mouth. So feel like the palate is very broad on the inside of the mouth. Relax the tongue. Relaxing all the facial muscles. And then tune into the inner vibration of the body. So you're feeling the body from the inside. Notice if the vibration feels calm and relaxed. But at the same time, awake, like the skin, all the skin around the body feels like it's awake. Not overstimulated, so that you have this sense of being at peace, but clear. Clear in the body. And then bring the awareness to inside the skull. And see if you can feel that same sensation. That inside the mind, there's this sense of peace. But it's in no way dull. It's not a dull peace or a heavy peace. resigned peace. It's calm and peaceful, but at the same time completely aware. Like the inside is at peace, and then all around the skull and the face is this sensation of awakeness. So if you can imagine your body as many, many layers, inside, deep on the deepest layer, pure peace, pure happiness, pure calm. And as that emanates outwards, there's a sense of awake clarity in the whole outer body. And that sensation of this awake clarity starts to meld in with its surroundings. It's like that vibration, that inner vibration, as it's expanding outwards. It's almost like there's no difference between you and outside you. And then bringing the awareness back to the heart center. So if you can't actually feel what I'm describing, you can imagine it. So imagine the light, the inner light, expanding outwards through all these different colors wrapped around the light. It's almost like you have this rainbow of color. And as it reaches outwards, you have this sensation that it's completely clear. Stay in that, using that vision. Or if you feel at peace and clear, then bring your awareness back into the heart. Notice the very soft breathing. You can feel this slight movement of the chest with the inhales and the exhales. Very soft breath coming in the body and leaving the body. so gentle. If thoughts start to come back into the mind, just bring yourself back to that inner light, this pure light that expands outwards and gives this slight awakening feeling to all the skin, all the body, going from the inside out, so that all around the mind, there's this clarity that's expanding. But not a clarity with thought. It's clarity with light. And you notice that there's no difference from where you start or end with the environment. That in fact, you are the environment, and also the environment is you. And there's this deep sense of authentic wisdom. It's not thoughts. It's not coming from the front of the brain. It's coming from the center, the heart center, the center of you. And it cannot be touched. Can't even be described with words. But this place, you have this sensation that it's all wisdom, all love, all pure. And we can get in touch with this when we find ourselves in difficult situations or confusing situations. bring ourselves back inside and know that there is this deep wisdom within. But that deep wisdom that's within is also without. It's everywhere. We can have trust in it. Bring the hands together. We'll chant Om Shanti. So for the peace within, the peace without, the peace everywhere. Namaste. Thank you.